y'all don't mind my hairdo and stuff, I just got out of bed and figured I got out of bed and ate and then just drove around and see what it looked like. But all right, February 16th, Clay City, Kentucky. Let's see if it flooded any. They were calling for a flood. About March 1st, 2021, it flooded really bad. It got way up in my backyard. But yeah, I think it flooded even worse last week. It flooded pretty good last week because we had two really strong storms. And then we had a big snow, and all that snow melted. And then it rained all day yesterday, and they thought it was going to flood. So we'll go down by the drag strip here. Usually it goes over the road down here. Alright, yeah, so that's not supposed to be water. That's supposed to be a field. This is down by the drag strip. And right here is where the road usually floods over when it floods really bad, like the March 1st flood. So it's not even over the road yet, but that's supposed to be a field. Down by the drag strip here, that's supposed to be a field. See, now when we had that big flood, March 1st, 2021, this whole road was flooded. Both these fields were flooded. But not the first tree line, but the second tree line behind it. The Red River. But you can, I don't know if y'all can see back there, but it is flooded. It's almost, yeah, it's flooded. That's all supposed to be filled all the way back through there. But March 1st, 2021, it came over this road all the way. You couldn't go down this road, period. But you can see it's trying to. It just ain't there yet. And the flood warning's in effect until 10 a.m. Still got another hour and a half, but no, I don't think it's going to match what we did March 1st for sure. See, like right here, it floods real bad. See, that's supposed to be a field. That's supposed to be a field. So yeah, that's flooded through there. We'll see if the river's over the road down here. The river comes right up to the road down here. But yeah, March 1st, 2021, this whole road was covered. You couldn't even go down this road. See, and that's supposed to be a field. See all that back through there? That's all supposed to be a field. And that's supposed to be the river right there. And the river probably ain't 30 feet wide right off the guardrail. And then it ends, and then that's supposed to be a field. So the banks of the river are flooded, and the banks on that river are probably, I don't know, 15 feet high. And then it's went over the bank and went into the field. But again, ain't near as bad as the March 1st, 2021 flood, because like I said, it went over this road then. It probably, I don't know, 5-10 feet short of that. But yeah, see, that's where the river ends right there, and this is a creek. And that was supposed to be a field. So now the river ends and it goes that way, and then this turns into a creek and comes up through here. See, and that's supposed to be a field. And the creek's flooded and the field's flooded from the creek all the way back to the river, goes all the way back that way and then goes that way. Trying to point and drive at the same time and hold the phone, it ain't working. See, that's supposed to be one big field right there, and it is completely underwater. That's supposed to be one really big field, and it's completely underwater. It's almost like a lake, and that's supposed to be a field with waves and everything. That's supposed to be a field. We'll go back this way. This is we're coming from Kroger in Stanton, Kentucky. Up, I forgot the name of this road, but going towards Clay City. And that right there, that looks like a lake, is supposed to be a really big field. I mean, it's got waves and everything. It's like a lake. That's supposed to be a field. Everybody's slowing down to look at that, because that's supposed to be one really big field. And see, then right here, there's a little culvert and a bridge. That's a creek. And the river's way back there on that tree line. Then the river comes back up and joins into the creek over here. And that's supposed to be one big field. See? And that's supposed to be a creek. And then the river runs, the creek runs into the river. right up here. But again, the March 1st, 2021 flood, you couldn't even drive down this road. It was over the road. But yeah, we'll go up here a little bit more so y'all can see it. But here's where the creek and the river combine right here. Oh, right there. That's where the creek and river combine. See? And the river is the Red River. It's from this guardrail over to them trees. That's how wide it normally is. And it's about 15, there's about a 15-foot bank on each side. So it's up that 15-foot bank and then spilled into those fields. But now, when it flooded March 1st, 2021, Clay City, you couldn't even drive through Clay City because the water was over the road in Clay City. And the river runs right through Clay City as well. Let's go up there and see what Clay City looks like. But honestly, looking at this, that flood we had just a couple of weeks ago we had 2 really strong storms. I mean, it rained so hard you couldn't even drive down the road. You couldn't see out the window. That's how hard it rained. No matter, I mean, even with your windshield wipers on high, it was raining so hard you couldn't see, and it did that twice. And it rained last week, and then we had a snow, but it almost flooded this bad last week, but this one's a little bit worse. But here's that same field from just 8 days ago. I recorded this. We had 2 really strong storms, and it flooded. Really, it flooded almost as bad as it did this time. And then it went down. It snowed a little. It snowed like 5, 6 inches. And then that went down. Then we had the big rain that we had last night, and even raining today. So it was supposed to flood really bad, but it didn't. Now, the March 1st, 2021 flood, the water was over the road here. It was up into that gas station right there. And this field was flooded. It was across the road here into the gas station. You can see it's trying. It's coming up through there, but it ain't near as high as that flood we had in 2021. Seeing that over there, that's supposed to be a field. We'll drive down that road too. Sometimes that road floods too when it floods real bad. See, this road goes down and over the river, and it's flooded over the river. I mean, it's flooded over the road. The bridge that goes over the river, it's high up, but when the field floods, it goes over the road where the field is. So see, those are supposed to be fields, and then the river's back by that tree line. See where them cars are trying to cross, that's the bridge that goes over the river. To see the fields flood off the river, and they didn't get the road high enough, so it goes over the road where the fields are. But yeah, it's raging across through there. This car is going to attempt to come through there and see what happens, because it's raging pretty bad right there. Look, this guy's wanting to stop and see if they make it too. I don't think it's deep there. I think he can make it through there. That water is raging. Look, there's tides on the other side. I know it sucks looking through the window, but yeah, look, he's coming right through there. Not too deep. I don't know if I'd chance it in that little car guy. Yeah, he said nope. I'll find another way. See, and then we're going down this road towards Clay City. And again, the March 1st, 2021, I believe was the date. It was 2021, early. I believe it was March 1st, but this whole road was flooded. You couldn't drive down this road. But let's go down here at the park. The park goes to the river's right by the park. This is the Clay City Park. This guy, I guess he's just driving around looking at the flood too. That was the guy that's parked beside us watching that guy go through. Alright, so this is the Clay City Park. I forgot exactly what it's called, but yeah. See that tree line down there? That's where the river's at. And that's the park. See, half the park's covered in water. Half the park is underwater. See the creek's way down there by that tree line. And yeah, that's pretty deep. And that's the park over there. See the building and stuff. That's the park. But yeah, that's the park. And that water, last flood, the 2021 flood, it was all the way up here into the street. So I mean, it went all the way up through here and was into the street. Now, if you go straight across from the park, straight across there, the river's right over here too. We'll go over straight across. Oh, this guy knows exactly where I'm going to. But yeah, there actually used to be a kayak ramp back there, and you drop the kayak off it, you know, and then you go around. It goes all the way around through Clay City, way up there, and then you can come out down here with your kayak and just walk across the street, get in your vehicle, and go home. But yeah, that ain't too bad. See right here, like you can drop your kayak off across the street, and I don't know, it goes a couple of miles into Clay City, and then the river comes back to here. You can get your kayak out and walk across the street, and boom, back in your vehicle and go home. But yeah, see that? That's really flooded too. All right, then we're headed back to Clay City. We're in between standing Clay City and down by the Kentucky Dragway drag strip and stuff like that. So we're driving around. But that last flood, it flooded so bad right through here, it took the road out. They had to redo all this. And see, it ain't even really flowing through there. I mean, it flowed through there so hard it ripped that road out. Seeing this wasn't underwater. We're going uphill right now, but when we get into Clay City, that 2021 flood, the Clay City was underwater. Well, I mean, we're actually in Clay City now, but I call this part up here town because there ain't much to Clay City. I mean, I guess this is all town, but I don't know, the gas stations and stuff are up here. I don't know, I just call this part town. This is actually all through here is Clay City, even the park, that was the Clay City Park. But yeah, right here, this bridge, that's the river. And see, last time, it's pretty high up. The last time it was so high up on this side, once you come down this hill on this bridge, all this was underwater. The house was underwater a little bit, and it was just all underwater all through here. I found this random picture from the internet. This was from the 2021 flood. And that red mark, that's the road we were driving down by the park, where we was coming out of the park and went across the road. That's the road that we were driving down. And you see it was completely flooded. So, yeah, this flood ain't nothing compared to the 2021 flood. But it's still raining. The flood warning is supposed to be over at 10 o'clock. But it's still raining, so we'll see if it gets any worse. I'll keep you all updated. But here's where it says online that it's the flood warning is supposed to be over at 10 a.m. I think the reason that they thought it was going to flood so bad because, I don't know, last week, I believe it was last week, we had 2 really bad storms. And then it snowed like 6 inches, and it flooded almost as bad as it is now. And that never really went down. And then it rained all day yesterday and all night. Well, it rained all day yesterday, starting at like 3 a.m. Saturday, and it rained all the way until now. It's actually still raining. They just thought that extra rain from Saturday was going to put us over the top from that last flood that we had in 2021. But there was even a bigger flood January the 7th, or January 1978, I believe, than that March 1st, 2021 flood. But yeah, it was like 26 inches on 1978, and then the 2020, or 26 feet, and then the 2021 flood, it was 25 feet. But I'd say this one's only, just guessing based on how deep it was during the 2021 flood and how deep it is now, I'd say this one's only about 15 to 18 feet probably. I don't know. But yeah, you'll see that first line, December 9th, 1978 is when it was. It was 26.75 feet. And then the March 1st, 2021 flood, that was 25.81 feet. Those are the first and second biggest floods in Clay City from what I gather. And then the other 3 or 4 here are just recent floods that we've had. And, you know, those are up there on the list as well. But it's been flooding a lot here lately.
So I only think this flood was maybe 15 to 18 feet based on, you know, I was here in 2018, 2019, and 2020, so I saw what those floods are, and it ain't no higher than what those were. So
If it gets any worse, I'll make a part two. If you don't see a part two, then it didn't get any worse. But y'all have a great day. Update before I let y'all go. It's 10 a.m. now. It's snowing. Now it's snowing.